But he's still
Evan, can you
muted,
hear me?
so what?
Evan, can you see me? Evan, do you love me?
Can you hear Bill singing to you? It's the most important thing.
Unfortunately.
All right then. So, we will indeed resume our game with one of the members of the Big Help Gang dead. Oh, sorry, girl. You guys have seemingly defeated any enemies here, and also, while you haven't spoken to or heard from the dwellers on the mountain, you can't help but feel like the mountain is more quiet with all of them having had their lives having been snuffed out by the Samsarans. And you prepare Gray's body.
No.
The dog.
Yeah. Put your nose down under the table, not up at me, please.
Love. And you brought Shippy around to the bottom top of the mountain, which is currently pointing down towards the world, and you can see below you the vast chaotic wastes known as the Bone Wastes, covered in many places by vast swaths of unearthly fog and strange chaotic storm clouds crackling with malignant and, in some cases, elemental energies, not merely natural lightning storms, assuredly. And at least for a moment, through all that, those clouds and all that, the haze of the wastes, Gray at one point had spotted what is remaining of the great tree. What looked like a immense, towering spire of a mountain growing somehow almost vertically, but then realizing that it was in fact a broken, wrecked stump. It was settled in the middle of a great, despoiled land. But you guys transferred from Mount Ainaru back onto Shippy, and tell me where you guys are, what's going on?
Gathered around Xerox.
Yeah, gathered around Xerox with
Gray.
laid out on the ground, ready to be resurrected.
I think you guys want to do a more thorough inspection of the rock before resurrecting.
Oh yeah, we stripped him naked. That's correct. We stripped him down bare bottom so we could check and make sure there was no extra rot.
No obvious rot damage.
How thorough are we checking here?
Their cavity search.
Whoa.
Thorough.
I'm not volunteering.
I volunteer as tribute. I'm a robot. I'll be able to wipe this from my memory for later.
Unicott says, holds up his hand, his hand twists around this violent maneuver, and says, "No rot will remain undetected by me. I will inspect the body."
God.
Well, watches Toby Tots very ready to tell him to stop.
It looks like it would be a horrifically violent process to allow Toby to pursue his purpose here.
The goal is to bring him back to life. Well, let's not be gruesome to our friends. While I don't think it matters if we dismembered him really with the powers that we have.
Just in case I activate my extra spell slot from my rod.
I'll cast Identify as a ritual spell on Gray.
Identify the corpse of Gray. Nice.
See if there's any magic residual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just use Detect Magic. Obviously, that's not as powerful, but just as another layer.
Yeah. I think there's this weird, you get this weird response from, like, your detect magic, I think, reveals Gray's, magic items and such, but just shows the body is just a body. Though naked you would see potentially just a little bit of just like that weird, like, aberrant sort of energy associated with the rot. Kind of just like a little bit of it just poking out and like a little like spore colony from his birthmark on his back. The tree. That seems, as you guys have inspected the body, like that seems to be the only visible sign of rot infection, something that had been cured by Yandala, but now seems to have returned.
There seems to be a spore colony on his back.
Someone's gonna have to suck out the poison.
Well,
Again, I don't volunteer.
Ellis?
Togetot says, "No rot will remain for my horrible sucking actions."
Does it look bad?
It's just the faintest thing that the detect magic is picking up. Like looking at Gray's body, nobody's given me a medicine check. So if you do want to do like just a more basic assessment, go give me a medicine.
I would love to give you a medicine check that won't be very successful, but who am I to stand in the way of greatness? 8.
Look, Gray's the one with wisdom in this party.
Yep, that's a shame.
That's a shame.
8.
8. That's all I got.
Might as well.
Yeah, with an 8, it doesn't look like there's any new growth out of the birthmark.
9.
Well done.
18.
Quilla, following you got a 7.
17.
Following the thread that you can see of the magic, you are sure there's something here, and it's not having dissipated with Gray's death. There's still something active here, and you find that there is just the tiniest little fungal filament that's growing out like a long wispy hair out of the rot out of the birthmark.
Need some
When you're looking at me like that, Shell.
fast back bench.
Yes, I have hairs that are like that. Is that what you're doing?
No. Like pointed out to everybody, so there's definitely the rot is still definitely here.
Yes.
I think if there's a way we can.
We tried cutting it out. Would that even work?
Yeah,
It's magic. I doubt that.
the only thing that has been effective has been greater restorations.
Can you use the potion of greater restoration to topically treat rot? Or does it have to be consumed by a living person?
I was wondering that myself.
Have I heard of any topical uses of greater restoration before, Mark?
No, not traditional. The potion is really has such a similar magical profile as the spell that it is something that is to be consumed by a living creature. It's not it's not like an antiseptic that you can cleanse a cooking surface with necessarily. It's that's not. I mean that may work to some extent. You're not really sure, but that would be total guesswork as far as.
What if we hooked him up to an IV potion?
Just gotta pump
He
greater
still has
restoration
to-
into his veins. Just cycle it for him.
We put him on ECMO and
Pretty basic. We can smoke it.
Just hotbox the room with Gray.
we get it into his lungs.
You inhale and blow it into his mouth.
Could your med, if we were to, I guess it might take more time to give you your med bay, but I don't know. Can you sense the rot in him?
No, I can't. I can only sense the rot when it's in large quantities.
And just to be sure, you're not sensing any large quantities of rot anywhere right now?
Thankfully, no.
Excellent.
Fucking article.
Look through that database that I downloaded from Shippy,
The library?
the library, and
Uh-huh.
see if there's anything on persistent fungal infections and how to treat them.
I think
Magical fungal
Detect
infections.
Vector you're identified too, because you're working on that as well, right?
Yeah, that's a 2-minute thing.
But
But I figured
takes
I thought
10
we discovered the same thing,
Oh, okay, maybe.
from what I understood from what Mark said.
The rock filter?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like Quilla and news, like, finding this little
With
thing.
the identify spell.
Okay.
Oh, with the
We
identify.
had
Oh,
the
that's right.
magic,
yeah.
Referring to the identify spell. There is something about that. Like, there's like your identify spell, like often works by just like often by like filling your mind with like the stories or legends of the thing you are identifying. And this shouldn't work on people. Like there are other sorts of like divination sorts of spells that would be more for a person, like legend lore, something like that, perhaps. But this strangely, like there's this thing that like kind of like this phrase or something that comes into your mind, like that says that this is a husk of a seed of the great tree.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. I think what we need to do is
Wait, if it's just a husk, where's the kernel? I don't know how
because he's
seeds
dead.
work.
The kernel.
So I think that this filament of rot will continue to grow regardless of what we do. I think that the best course of action will be to resurrect him and go to the Great Tree and try to resolve this issue finally.
I see. I have no objection. I see no other way of going about it without taking an immense amount of time that we don't have.
Yeah, I think we do this as fast as we can and just try to keep him safe.
Mm-hmm. Do we still have some of those restoration potions?
Yes.
With a few-
There's messed up.
Yeah.
That mic is really working.
Love it.
Well, are we ready? And then sleep.
Xerox take care of him and then
Mhm.
we'll rest.
Xerox, you can do it now?
Yes. Just need the bellstone. Oh, that was bad. That was a bad zero. I'm sorry. I did my best.
Alright. And Chippy, do you know where the Great Tree
This is gonna take an hour.
No, I don't even know what a great tree is, nor what makes it so great.
Can you scan?
Gray nose.
But okay.
You have to be a certain direction. Right?
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
Do we know generally?
Cut
I don't
down
think Ray
travel
told us
time.
which way.
Oh. I mean, we're not gonna leave yet.
I don't think Reno told us where it is.
No.
I think we're staying here for the night.
We're on Shippy, we can start going towards it, right? If we're just fine, Shippy can help us out.
Before we leave, I'd like to make. I have people that I'd like to contact in the morning. I think we can still use Ainaru. And currently it's empty. I feel like we might be able to communicate with our gift friends. I think we have an opportunity to help them find the deep mines and potentially get our memories back.
Yes.
Okay.
And you want to do that before we go to the tree?
But after Gray's life, and we've all slept.
Shippy, do you know how long of a journey it is to go get back to the surface?
I'm not quite sure. I found that I can fly around a lot faster now that I'm up outside the planet's air. So, I think I'll slow down a lot though when I go back down to the planet, so
So maybe we figure out where we're going and
Go lateral first and then go down?
and then drop? No, don't use them.
We can drop.
Yeah.
We can always restart should be real fast.
Maybe not drop. Use the word drop.
Oh yeah, she's scared of heights. Yes.
Parachute.
Floats.
Float gently.
Gently.
That's right.
Yeah, you do have some contact solution?
Yeah, love, it's the bathroom.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, our bathroom is just right out on the counter.
Okay, thanks.
Cool. So I guess we'll just wait for Sarah to come back with renewed and refreshed eyes.
Yeah.
It's ruining my immersion.
Yeah.
In the meantime, while I'm hanging out waiting for the completion of this casting, I would like to be working on knitting as accurate a knitted doll that looks like Zeltesic as I can, so that I can show it to Zira.
Nice. Yeah, why don't you give me a little roll? What do you normally roll? Would you like a...
It would be a tools check.
Yeah.
So I believe I have advantage on all of those, and it would be, what is it? Hold on. I'll give you it.
Alright, sorry about that.
No problem. This is why, eyes from Bolo are better than their natural eyes.
True.
Well, Baldur's Gate 3 reference for everybody.
Keep her around in your brain.
I have double proficiency.
It's such an absurd scene.
I know, right?
So gross.
From what?
BG3.
Okay, 3.
Mm.
Yeah. Like a crazy bard offers to remove a mind flayer tadpole from your brain.
Just needs to get past your eye a little bit.
He starts with a needle,
Ends with like an ice pick.
works his way up to an ice pick. Surprise, he can't get it out and he rips your eyeball out.
Well, he gives you new ones. That's all.
I don't know the skill I would use for it.
But just I would say intelligence as well as anything. That's what you
Okay.
normally roll
Yeah.
for all your tool proficiency stuff since you're a
What are you doing?
robot temporary.
So 26,
Getting a doll or someone for show to
31.
31.
Yeah.
Like it's the figures aren't like exactly like anatomically correct, but it so captures the essence of this person. I think that anybody who sees it will have familiarity with that.
Yes.
We paused as you left. So you made the little thing. You guys inspected Gray's body. What's going on? What's the thing? You're gonna
An hour to bring her back to life.
Yeah.
not doing the rest before that? Doing
I
I think we're just trying to revive Ray and rest.
you want to take a short rest as a part of Xerox's hour of casting this. And then we'll find out what happens with the resurrection, and then you can decide what to do after that.
I don't like the way he's wording this. But it's the order of things that I want to happen, because I want Gray back.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Alright, start juicing up the panels.
So Xerox begins the ritual.
This isn't the only time Xerox can ever cast this, isn't it?
Once per day, I think.
Has an ongoing ability so long as Xerox maintains the boon of Lasanda. So Xerox will begin preparing the ritual as you all just try and get some time to rest and recuperate a bit. All quite weary from the day's adventures in Mount Ainaru. The ritual involves like creating, kind of like chalking out this, chalking out this kind of like a symbol of the sun on the floor on the deck of the ship where you guys are preparing this. Still just surrounded by, should be still just below Mount Ainaru. So you see this huge bulk of this mountain, expanding above you in a cone. And then below you see the world, and out around you see just the inky blackness of space. And here, above the world, we'll try and resurrect Ray.
Just real quick, does the imagery of the world and like the positioning and stuff look at all like the symbols on like the Sublime Radiance or like some of these symbols that we've seen anywhere? Is there any likeness that is more distinct than you think you've seen?
Anything in particular
Like I'm thinking about like we saw like the rays of the sun and like some inverse kind of rays underneath like the upside down mountain. Does that seem to fit with anything as far as like the rays and stuff?
Yeah. I don't think what you've learned about like the Sublime Radiance, the symbol for the Sublime Radiance, and also just like the symbol for like the classic Lathanderite symbol. Those don't really seem to have any reference to like a mountain or like some structure like
Nothing else
above.
that would be above the horizon or anything like that. Okay. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't.
Yeah, it seems like in every case though, it just has the rays that when they're going up just extend like all the way to the border of wherever the symbol is. And then, kind of vice versa, it just extends down to just to fill the space. But there's no like object in the middle or anything like that. So Xerox begin preparing the ritual, chalking this out, and you can see it as it grows in.
She's spinning.
It's just spinning. Yeah, it's just spinning. Absolutely.
So she casted it. She was spinning. Oh.
Wait, did she cast like resurrection before?
She had to use it to revive Toga.
And 100% does exactly the same thing. It starts spinning. A wild spinning.
They don't survive with the same.
That's what I pictured.
This is like this rolling spin around Gray's body, like marking out perhaps some arcane runes, or perhaps just spinning. You're not really sure. This just grows in intensity and fervor until Xerox stops. And as you guys are kind of like all kind of around this, kind of resting nearby wherever you found a comfortable place to either prepare a doll likeness or just rest and lick your wounds or what have you, Xerox says that it's time. You guys gather around Gray's body, and Xerox stops spinning, just reaches down to touch Gray's forehead, and for a moment it looks like sunlight spills across some unseen horizon. As I think where you guys are right now, man, time and space and the presence or location of the sun. We'll say for this moment you guys are enshadowed by the sun and the position of the world. And so this light just spills upon Gray, like right where Xerox touches his forehead, spills from some unseen horizon and just lances through the night and shines on Gray's body. We will shift our perspective a little bit here. Gray, you with us? You remember your last moments. You remember the fight with the Arbinger of Ra. You remember seeking or finding some refuge with your allies as this unrelenting monstrosity had its unceasing focus on ending your life. Your last moments there on the ground bleeding next to Johann as this creature continued to attack you as you were already dying. You fall through the mountain as it lurches towards you. You fall through the floor and into the darkness of space outside. Your fall continues to a point where you think it may be endless. You fall down towards a darkened world below you until something brushes against your body, something soft, and then you hit something a little bit harder, and then more, just a full tree's foliage worth of leaves and branches begin to slow your fall. You're looking up as you fall and you see an immense tree growing above you, or just remaining stationary as you fall deeper and deeper towards its base and its roots and the ground below. The tree stretches to an unimaginable proportion, just its topmost branches surely stretching to the edges of the atmosphere. Continue falling, but slower now, till you don't hit the ground, but fall through it. The darkened sky and world around you disappears as you fall into the world, into the earth. And instead you see a twilit space. You fall deeper into this new place until you land on the ground, it feels like, but it only stops your fall for but a moment. It feels like the ground rips something out of you or from you as your fall then continues. Would you give me a perception check?
$25.
Your soul has separated from any other vestige or part of yourself that was included with you after you died. There was something essential that fell through the world below the world, something that is nothing perhaps but the fire of your own soul, your consciousness or something. But something remained above in this world below the world, and you felt that it was being protected by someone or some ones that you know. And that gives you a little bit of comfort as you continue to fall, with some small piece of your mind remembering what feels like your body, but you feel like that can't be right either, as you know you're dead. You fall down below this world below worlds till your fall is eventually halted, and you are in a familiar place. You're in the outskirts of a small village. You've just returned with important intelligence, as much as you were ever able to deliver, to your comrades in arms, your family, your clan, You look around, and the bloodthirsty excitement of the goblins and other goblinoids and bugbears and such around you as the hunt and the slaughter nears. You are awash in what feels like this memory, Gray. And it does feel like a memory up until the moment where these goblins around you, in their fervent excitement of their thirst for blood and this excitement they get before every one of these slaughters, they are gleefully celebrating and emitting their war cries until out of their throats begins to spew a fungal filament. And these creatures, these goblins, begin to erupt into rot. And they surround you and begin clawing at you. And you, at this moment, are aswim in the memory of the horror of this moment as it truly was, and the additional horror of the rot spewing forth in this moment. Whatever this is, Gray, you're not sure if this is all that awaits you in death or if there is more. But in this moment, you are amidst this horror. You know what happened in real life in this time. You joined the other goblins you believed you were, and went into this village, killing and slaughtering, taking whatever you guys needed or wanted. What does Gray do this time?
I mean, does Gray have, he still has the memories of everything that's happened post that incident, yeah?
Yeah.
Gray's the helper. This is probably a bit like before his druidic days, so he probably only has the country stuff. He's gonna start like circling back behind people and start picking off goblins. I'm sure he's probably still hanging out with Wolf, riding around. And sending Wolf off to, like, you know, attack them when the opportunity arises.
Absolutely. Would you give me an attack roll?
17?
Thank you.
So that's with no bonuses or anything.
Oh, you can. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, please add your modifiers if you were making like a ranged attack, but it's like with a mundane weapon.
Okay. I think that would be that skill level, probably like the 19 or 20.
No, I'm saying as your character is now.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Well then, shit, that's not 20, 34.
Hell yeah. As the fungal goblins are beginning to rush towards the village to encircle it, you are as fast as the wind. You and Wolf, sometimes you riding Wolf, sometimes Wolf rushing ahead to tear the throat out of one of these creatures, and you are just a flurry of bow shots. And you feel in the bow, this bow that doesn't look like the one you have now. It looks like whatever goblin bow that you had back then, some salvaged and partially wrecked thing. But you feel a familiar heat and fury coming off of it in your hands. You slay dozens of these goblins, and in the fury of these few moments, these minutes of Gray running around like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger commando style, killing all of these goblins as they're on the approach, you save the village this time. The halflings see you covered in the blood of all these goblins, and they see you as one of their own. And you find something there that is different than you remember. Back in the world of the living, you guys feel a well of gravity open up, as if it's pulling you into Gray's mind. It's like this pull going to the exact place that Xerox has placed her fingers, and the light is shining brightest on Gray. There is a strange creature that appears flying somewhat, or just floating, or perhaps not really here and you're just seeing it. But a great pair of wheels interlocking with each other, covered in eyes and radiating light. Familiar to some of your crew. This creature.
Holy shit, what did you hear? Scatter flies.
It says to you, Lathander's light cannot reach this creature where it lies. It is in darkness. It struggles now with that darkness. You may seek to bring it back, but you will need to venture into the darkness as well. And know that if you lose yourselves there, you will not find your way back to the light.
But what if we have a clone?
Fucking hilarious.
Figuratively speaking.
News is into it. New darkness.
We would go to the ends of the earth for Gray. But is there any way you could? Do you know if our bodies will be rested?
Give me a persuasion check.
Help, quote.
Yeah. I mean,
We are weary.
we're very weary.
Terrible.
I rolled terrible.
I was so close. I would have cried. Oh, I was 21!
Oh,
I
nice.
had a +6 in persuasion. Not me.
Nice.
I'm calling Beefoo for help now.
I know.
And if this is a dwarf, I have advantage.
It is not a dwarf. It is a strange and alien angel. It says, it looks at you and says, bearers of Lathander's gifts, I will remain here and bathe your bodies in the warmth and restoration of the Morning Lord's light. If you survive, you will find yourselves restored.
Well then, I dive in head first. Or do I?
I want to do a cannonball.
Cannonball straight into Gray's brain.
Is Vitaria coming too?
Vitaria is kind of standing back from all of this and is
About token toss.
giving you guys toast.
No! We shall not bring Togas into the
says, I will go down and destroy the darkness and turn it into light.
You know that you're in charge of the ship, but we're not here. This is the arrangement that we have.
Agreed. I will protect your bodies.
Thank you. Thanos. Yeah. Thank you.
We'll make sure this strange creature does not mess with you.
We appreciate that too. Can you restore me or spell slots?
Beforehand,
Maybe a little another arcane rest.
I'll say that was a good roll. I'll say, and that was more of some of the intent of your persuasion was rest before.
Before we dive in.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
That's unfortunate. Anybody who has spells can, as kind of a little last boon here, can restore to 4 spell levels of spell slots.
I'll take that.
Can my Cat Keeper's Rod be restored? For an extra spell slot? Because as a warlock, I just get my slots back anyway because we did a short rest.
Yeah, sure. What spell level?
I mean, is there all from
Send us back.
Oh, it's 5? That's higher than 4, Carly.
Oh.
Ooh.
I mean, oh yeah.
No, you can do it. That's fine. You can recharge the Tidekeeper's Call or Tidebringer's Call.
Tidebringer Call. But I'm guessing not my other normal like long rest feats.
No. It's not a long rest.
Yep.
It's a little extra boon since you guys asked so nicely. And are bearers of the boons of Lathander.
I mean,
Who is this angel to?
you see the
tell
angel
you
of
about?
Lathander. You know our certain thing here.
We'll serve Lathander here, right?
That was good.
Glory to the Dawn Father.
Yeah. That's on him.
Well, I need to take a quick bathroom break. How do you guys feel about 5 minutes?
Sounds good.
Now that I'm back?
Oh, gosh. This is gonna be fun.
This is why Mark was like,
Yeah, you sure you want to rest
You don't
before
wanna-
you're down there?
I want to give you those opportunities.
should have rested.
Still learning to take the hits.
Well, when it was the Samsarans, it was literally a trap.
That's true.
The lot could have taken over all of Gray's body in that 8-hour window of us sleeping.
That's true. Get ready to die.
Yep, once again.
Oh gosh.
The dying just keeps on rolling.
But we die inside Gray's brain.
Does that mean we will ever live in Gray's brain?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
We'll forever be
Dear
living.
God.
We'll spread his little mushrooms up her
If any of us die, I hope it's the zero. Just kidding. They can be together forever.
Avengers of Big Rosy
Right, it's a
Gray.
very annoying boost to intelligence.
Now here's the question: does Xerox and Johan want to risk their souls?
I think Xerox needs to stay outside to maintain the spell,
Okay.
and Xerox is asleep.
Johan.
Johan is.
I mean,
Xerox
Johan,
is
yeah.
maintaining the spell and,
also
sleeping at the same
Yes,
time.
multitasking. Johan is.
Johan is not going to put his fate in the hands of some servant of vampire.
That's true, yeah. And also pretty, not a big fan of the gods and stuff
Yeah,
too. So it's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
nah, I'll keep watch. Token tots.
I'll watch Jokic while he watches you while he watches you.
Yeah.
Who watches the Watchmen? Johan does.
Wonderful. So, you all give in to the pull that is drawing you into Gray or through Gray or something. You feel yourselves, your minds leaving your bodies, and there's a momentary like unsettling feeling while you feel like you're falling, but you can also see your body as you're like kind of outside it now, completely stationary, even as you fall forwards like into gray. And as soon as you like fall into gray, you pass through into this darkened world. It is a twilit space. You see many lights below you as you fall. Lights that are seemingly arrayed along long causeways or highways or some long, wide roads, winding and rolling like hills. And as you fall, you begin to realize that these are great roots of a tree, spanning across this as far as you can see, and you can see a great distance, even in this dim twilight space. You can see the twinkling lights along these roots, spreading out in this chaotic expanse. And as you fall, you begin to realize that there are places that do not have any of these lights, places that have been swallowed in darkness. And as you fall and fall closer to the world below, and these great roots and the lights and the darkness, you begin to see that there are darkened shapes swallowing light, in constant battle with other creatures and moving shapes in the world below you. This is a world of great and constant conflict. You fall and fall until you begin to slow as the ground approaches. And you see the familiar shape of gray, lifeless on the ground, and encircled by some friendly shapes. You think this might be some weird recursion where you're seeing yourselves, but as they resolve themselves, they are not your party. Unfortunately, I was going to say, I think they do actually number... No, I think there's 5 of them. 6 of them actually. So they don't even number the same as you all. As you fall closer, you recognize at least one of them. A face you saw, or I think you were all there. A face you saw almost smothered in roots in the druid circle. From the first time you fought the Arbinger. And you held the Arbinger off long enough for these druids to escape into the root system, this vast network of the world tree that has been fighting the corruption of the rot since its arrival. Like the world's immune system constantly battling an infection. Those memories, those conversations fill your mind as you fall to this space. And your feet touch on the ground, some force, but no injury. And you find that there are 6 druids in a circle around Gray. Gray's body here, naked like it was above in space on Shippy's deck.
Ooh, we should have put some clothes on.
And here you can see as Gray lays face down on the ground, from Gray's back is a growing fungal flower or growth.
Is there light here? Is it different from the other lights, or is it the same?
As you landed here, you find that the lights are moving, and they are not just lights, but they are creatures. Like strange moths that carries, like how powdery and dusty moths seem and feel. Like it seems like that dust is illuminated by some, bioluminescence or some magic or something, giving just enough warm light in the space to see. And like that seems to have been what has illuminated much of the expanse of this space. You can see them nestling amongst the roots that are so immensely large and tangled. The spaces, you'd often be like traversing beneath the roots as much as over them and around them, and there are these moths nestled up all amongst the roots, providing some amount of light in much of the space. You're far enough away from any of the concentrated darkness that you can't see it particularly well. You can't make out those details.
Like we can't see the shapes in the darkness,
Mhm.
just kind of the one around us.
Yeah.
I want to use detect magic just to see if it shows anything differently than what we see with our eyes.
Yeah. The space blossoms into magic. This whole world, this space is like you've seen in some other, like magically constructed or upheld planes and things, like demiplanes and stuff. Sometimes like there is just magic just holding the world in its place, and that's true of this place. But that does not prevent you from also seeing the fungal rot here spilling and shedding that same sort of corrosive sort of, what's the word, not fog, but something like it, and that around itself. It is certainly a magical infestation. Miasma. Yes, miasma. Love Icar and miasma when playing D&D.
Yeah.
Mary?
One of the druid's eyes, their faces, quickly turns to you. You must be great friends to Gray indeed, to have followed him here.
Yeah, we're trying to bring him back, but he just said he wasn't able to come and we had to come.
Saw Gray die. We also saw that he may yet be revived. We came to help him. He won't help us. We can't. Gray has a choice to make and a challenge to face. Both. Making a choice or failing the challenge may mean he cannot come back to you.
But what choice?
Gray is not just himself, but carries a mantle that has taken many forms and passed through many hands. As the world tree and the world itself strives against the infection of the rot it has, and the loss of the great tree, it has conspired to find a way to bring life back to that tree, and to purge itself, to cleanse itself of the rot. Gray is the current holder of that effort. He is the current object or focus of it. If Gray is died, that means that either the rot has overcome him, or he has possibly failed, and that a new path will need to be made. But that would require the return of the strength and power of the mantle that Gray carries back into the world so that it can be reborn again somewhere new. Gray may decide that the mantle should be taken from him. or that the struggle is not his to carry forward.
He dies one little time and you decide he's not worthy anymore.
Pray would never.
Hundreds, if not thousands, have died while carrying this mantle. They have all failed, and the
Barely been
world,
dead 20 minutes. Come on.
the world has struggled to find some new path forward in each case. If life finds resistance, it will find some way to overcome it, and if it can't, it will find some way to work around it. And if Gray is not the vehicle that will deliver rejuvenation to the tree and to the world, then something else will be found. That struggle will continue until there is no hope left.
I want to go there next. And we're going to the tree.
It's not gonna find anybody, it's not gonna find a better vessel than Gray.
But I think the choice is Gray's.
It is.
It looks like he's dead here too.
He's in a battle within himself. He must resolve, but that does not mean he is not vulnerable here as well. And the rot is focused on squelching this flame of rebirth and life once and for all. If Gray takes some time, or if the struggle within Gray is not resolved quickly, it will be drawn to him, seek to extinguish that flame again, even in this place. And if he dies, if that light is put out here, before Gray either passes on fully or is returned to your world, then it will be lost forever.
How do we keep him safe? We've been sent here to help. The Thunder guides us.
We will do what we can to minister to Gray's interior struggle, one that is going on inside his mind and his soul and even in his body as the rot tries to consume it. We have a particular connection to the world, to the tree, and a particular ability to fight the rot in this space now that we have moved into this world. We will minister to Gray, but you must make sure his body is not destroyed. We had thought to leave some of us outside to defend us while the others tried to aid Gray, but with you all here, perhaps you can keep us safe while we focus our efforts.
What dangers do we face here?
We are druids who, as you know, we passed into this world voluntarily and without death. The rot has its servants in this place as well, those that fell to its influence, many druids themselves. They will direct the mindless forces of the rot in this space to begin to devour Gray. When they come, they should be your targets. The rot in the world is endless, but separated from its source and without leadership, without guidance, the rot is a far less dangerous enemy.
Can we move the body? Is there anywhere we could have more safety, vantage, cover?
If we move the body, Gray may not be able to find his way home to it.
Would it be helpful to cast some kind of warding or protection on Gray? With protection from
Any magical protection you can provide would be of great assistance, I'm sure.
when we get ready, I'll be ready to cast protection from evil and good.
I'll start casting Rari's telepathic bond on all of us. That's very cool.
Right? You agree?
Including the druids, yeah.
Yeah,
I could do it without a spell slot. I could do
Oh.
my psychic whisper thing.
That makes you a node, like a central.
Yeah,
Like this lets
it's like
everybody
the
talk
same
to
way.
everybody.
Yeah, this is a network
Right.
communication. Cross network, I guess.
And rituals don't cost spell slots. So.
Exactly.
The druids gather closer to Gray, and each of them kneels down next to him and places their hands against or on Gray's body. Yes, Joel?
It's all in my head. It's just me, sorry.
And Mary says to you, the battle within Gray has already begun, and it is already drawing the attention of the Roth. You ready?
Please tell them we're here. Tell them to come back soon.
I don't know if you want to help finish this.
Is there anywhere around here I can hide?
Absolutely. Like the whole place is all pretty dim and stuff.
Do you want me
There's
to-
so many like twisting roots and stuff around that like 20 feet away you could find some little nook or something.
Cool. Do you want me to roll for it? My stealth, I have a plus 15. Sure.
Plus 15. You can't roll a natural 1, so your bare minimum is 16.
I could roll a natural one if I rolled it twice in a row.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So you want me to do that just in case?
No, do roll a stealth. And
That's a 30.
30. Nice.
He is darkness.
So, Greg,
Yes.
you are surrounded by the happy people of the village that you have just saved. So many lives saved by your quick and decisive action. They are celebrating you, surrounding you, chanting, Gray the Helper! Gray the Helper! Gray the Helper! And all feels so right. So you see one of the faces is Mary Colbro. And you see a sneer on Mary's face. This is the one chosen? This fool? This traitor? How much blood is on this creature's hands? Cannot trust all our fates to this thing. The crowd around you goes quiet in response to this venomous criticism. You look around you and another person's face has changed to Mary Colgrove's. You are at the feet, or you see rather in the crowd as well, the large figure of the former Archdruid standing taller than the crowd, and you feel like you are at the feet of a parent or a teacher or some authority figure again. And Mary Colgrove is yelling at them, You are as foolish as the rest of them if you put our fates in Gray's hands. This Gray does not know his ass from a burrow in the ground. And more faces transform into Mary's, ladling more and more insults and criticisms and doubt upon you. What does Gray do?
One day, Mary, you die, eaten by rot. I watch. Try save. Can't. I promise, I save tree. You fall, I continue. I will always continue.
Gray, give me a charisma saving throw.
Does he get,
You can do this with advantage. As there is, amongst the voices of Mary Colgrove's, all of them, or almost all of them except for one, ridiculing you and slandering your name, calling to remembrance all the death and bloodshed that you enabled. But there is this one voice saying the words that you remember as Colbro was leaving the world through the roots, as you had fought off the Arbinger. Mary apologizing to you for the years of insult and sabotage, of attempting to replace you, attempting to convince the others that you were not up to the task. You remember that those words, those true words, and they ring in your mind truer than the countless chaos of Mary Colgrove's rendering insults. That gives you some strength. Did you give me your charisma saving throw?
16.
16. You guys, outside of Gray's body, you see Gray's dead form suddenly being like twisted and contorted. You can see that it's like the movement of what is now growing and becoming more visible even without the aid of magic, the fungal rot growing out of Gray. It's twisting and contorting its own like fungal filaments and like manipulating Gray's body as it must. Its roots go all through his body and into his muscles or something, and it's like trying to pull his body like a marionette.
Ew. Is that supposed to happen?
I don't. Where are you? No, I don't think so.
and
From a dark corner somewhere.
Ew.
do you think we can cut off this stuff to weaken it?
I'm gonna try to cast Ray of Frost at the thing.
The
Yeah,
growth.
the growth. I was thinking about Eldritch Blast too.
Ray of Frost, a beam of cold energy slams into this like fungal, like spiraling growth. It has like all these like branches coming off it. They're all like animate, trying to like move around the air and space, looking for things to grab onto, perhaps to consume. This like fungal growth is repugnant. The frost beam slams into it. The thing just seems to like bow over for a moment and then consume that energy. You see it like grow into like a tumorous growth where you hit it, and then that tumor seems to just like a cyst bag starts to then just like fill into the rest of the rot and expand and grow it. It seems
Don't
like
do that anymore.
Yeah.
this battle needs to be fought within Bray.
Are you sure?
Does the
Why don't you guys give me, seems like you guys are all focused on Gray in this moment.
I was about to ask a question
What was that?
that was not related to Gray.
What was that?
Telling you the truth. Do I have a sense that we're on like a different plane of existence where we are currently, or are we still in the material? Like, I'm trying to get a sense of that.
Yeah. Why don't you give me an Arcana check? Or religion, or nature.
Definitely be giving you an Arcana check. Just trying to determine if I have advantage on it for any reason. God, that hurts. 12. Plus, wait, I don't think I have any more uses of that. Hold
Flash
on.
of genius.
Do I have any more? God, being tired sucks. I've got one more, and I can use it for now. So, 17.
17. From what you remember from, like what you can glean from what you've heard from the druids about the weird, like, global immune system and the roots of the world tree and all this stuff, you are, if not on the material plane, like in a, like, pocket, like, or like some dimension or something like connected to it. Like, in the same way that like the Feywild and you know, kind of like is kind of like in many ways kind of an overlay of the world, but just like with change and exaggerated qualities and stuff. It's a similar kind of thing to that, but even more tightly connected and less representative per se, but more tightly connected to the actual like workings of the world. Things that happen here have a direct and significant impact on the material. So you're kind of like almost like. It's almost like you've been shrunken down and put inside the immune system or something like that sort of like sort of vibe almost.
I mean, I shrunk the
sort of
makeup
world,
in.
yeah. But it's all magic-y instead of science.
Fantastic voyage.
Exactly. And
Moses Jones?
so
Magic
many.
school bus?
We're inside Ralph.
Inner space.
So yeah, I think given what that's what you would guess, and what you kind of vibe with, what you've been told from the
5
druids
minutes.
and stuff.
I was fully focused on Gray at the moment. I forgot the responsibility of watching around this. She's trying to tell if protection from evil and good is doing any good.
Evil or good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're paying attention to Gray's body and trying to see if that spell is doing any good, and you're not sure until it looks to be like propelled globs of like rotten sludge start flying towards you, across, like right in front of you, past you, whizzing past you. You see that like one's like going towards Gray, just like goes and like bounces off some like golden invisible shield that just like manifests itself for a moment. There is some protection for Gray's body here with that spell. I would like you all to roll initiative.
Oh yeah, our bodies. Yeah. That's a
And Gray, I'll have you roll initiative as well.
Oh my god, it's a fucking 8.
That's a lucky
I haven't
number.
really yet, but I've been rolling terrible initiative.
8 was my number in football. And water polo.
If I get a chance, I could use 10 to 15 to get my stew going.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you got a what on your initiative?
8.
8, okay. Yeah, I'll get an initiative from everybody and we'll take a 10-minute break before this encounter starts.
Okay, cool. I'll be back in a minute.
21.
21.
Ooh.
You're, Quilla.
14.
14. Noose.
I got a big old 10.
That's very low for Noose.
Yeah. It's alright,
Oh, that's
I'll let all
wrong.
these meatbags get in the way before I start trying daggers at people.
It was a 10, was it? 10 for Noose. And, Bibu.
21.
Whoa!
Wow.
Think is your
I'm
more
sorry. I
dex?
said meatbags.
Thank you.
What's
I
your
apologize.
best?
16. I'm a.
Same.
Ooh!
Whoa! Romance!
11.
Into the fire!
Was meant to be.
You never saw this one.
Suck it, Joel!
You rolled a number one, sorry. Would be amazing. Generally, like the best use of intimidation ever.
Make one of your party at
All right. Are we ready?
No.
I am.
But let's go.
Let me-
You should be ready first because you're first.
Try this. Alright, there you go. You can't really see the writing on the board, it looks like, very well. Can you see the kind of outlined path they're on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can darken it a little bit while I'm...
No, that's worse. I can see it.
No, I'll do it while I'm just explaining the situation a bit more. I'll just be doing a little, making these lines a little thicker for you.
Love a good thick line.
Yeah, who doesn't?
I'm trying to think of anybody that wouldn't.
These are the fungal hairs that are growing off of the finger.
Ah,
Oh god, sorry, I just made the situation worse. I'm running out of purple. Let's see if this blue has got any juice. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's some good stuff.
Look at that juice.
Oh, so much juice.
That's too juicy.
And it's running out of juice, don't worry. There's not much left.
Juicy couture.
Juicy couture. So, you find yourselves on a portion of this immense and endless seeming maze of roots, of tangled roots, all connected at least at one point, or maybe still in this space, to the world tree. And before you, Gray, surrounded by druids, is a bronze dragon right now on the board. And they tend to Gray to give him any aid they can while he is in this psychomachia, this battle within his own mind.
Perfect one.
Haven't used that since reading Nietzsche or something. You guys hope to defend Gray from the approaching forces of the rot, having been drawn to Gray, fallen here from the heights above, figuring out whether Gray's soul will move on from this place or will accept the invitation to return to the world above. And for one of the first times ever, the top of the round we had a 0.
Holy crap.
You see, as some of this rock sludge gets flung at you all, or at Gray more specifically, you look around and see these dark, moving sludge-like creatures creeping and oozing their way out of the darkness and clambering up onto the roots to come up. The ones over here you can imagine are on another roof, perhaps maybe a little higher up, ready to jump down or something. But they're all going to be visible and targetable from where you are. They, of course, you do not think have noticed the shadow that is noosed with a 30 stealth roll earlier. But you see them start flinging this rot sludge at you all and get Gray. You see these creatures, but as you've been told to pay attention to the druids directing the rot in this space, those are represented by the larger creatures on the board. These are shambling, once humanoid entities, now as much rot and mutation as they were themselves. They are, most of them, cloaked and cowled and such, but with strange bulging parts of their bodies protruding out, making them look horrific and monstrous. But they, all of them seem to be moving forward with a little bit more intention, the writhing forms of these rock oozes. And we have Nazira at the top of the round,
Okay.
with Beep Boop on deck.
And I would like this one to make an intelligence saving throw. Because it needs to make an 18.
It does not.
Alright. And that's the Tasha's Mind Whip.
Ooh.
And let's see here, what are the damage rolls? 3d6. 6. 12.
6.
14.
6.
2.
2.
So,
14 points
14
damage.
points of psychic damage.
And, sorry, which one?
The owlbear.
Owlbear.
And it, on its next turn, it cannot take a reaction until the end of its turn, and on its turn it must choose whether it's going to move, take an action, or bonus action.
Right on.
Mine bullets.
Yeah, I've been thinking
That's
about like, getting
telekinesis
some
guy.
Little
like,
thingies,
yeah, effects markers to
that
put
would be
on.
cool.
We just like maybe I'll just like start collecting like we don't get metal cartons in the way that have the rings on them, but
Yeah.
like something like that. Like,
I do.
So well, yeah, if you collect some of those, I think like just putting a little tag and you get what kind of
Yeah.
effect it is.
I'll bring some.
Yeah. Just add to my collection of garbage-made D&D props.
I mean, that's
Look at Shippy right there.
It's
He's doing great.
beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
Call him garbage man.
All right.
Talk about my boat like that.
Beep Boop, you're up if that ends in the
That
turn.
will end my turn.
I have a series of questions followed by an answer. Just kidding. Are the druid persons still there?
Yeah, they're in a circle around Gray's body. They're all like doing some sort of weird druidic ritual with all of them placing their palms, like granting Gray some of their like energy or good vibes or some weird druid thing.
Okay.
Mhm.
Can I trade you a D4 for a D6? I need one more. Well, if I take it from Mark, then I can just put them all back in the same. You don't have to remember.
Oh, Sarah, would you mind giving me a cup of coffee?
I have a cloak of elven kind that I would like to just drape over Gray's person. I don't think it will actually do anything
It requires
necessarily.
attunement.
It does, but I just want to drape it over his nudity, keep him warm and toasty.
Yeah. I would just say that as an artificer and stuff, like, you would know more than just about anybody that this thing requires attunement. It's not going to do Gray's body any good. So,
What?
this mug can't be used for coffee.
Oh,
This is
why?
Shell's no coffee mug.
Oh.
I saw you last week, I think.
What is that indicated?
Oh gosh! It's an emergency!
Please let Beep Boop hide Gray shape.
I'm gonna put it on you one way or the other, don't worry about it. I don't think it'll do anything, but
Gray's gonna try his hardest to throw it off.
Yeah, she's
He likes to rip it all in now.
I can understand.
wait, did you say don't let me do it?
I can
No,
understand.
it's too.
Okay.
Drunk out of,
Yeah, that's fair.
so I get it.
It's definitely true of like the like thermos things for coffee.
Yeah.
They open up with coffee smell.
Mark said you were face down, so it's just your cold sheet.
Yeah, Gray's shameful butt is covered by your cloak of elven kind.
Okay, perfect. And then I would like to use my action to bring forth and knit together two small turrets. One of them is going to be a protector cannon, which will have like a few legs and like work its way through the druids and center on Gray and kind of hunker down there.
Okay.
So there will be half cover for everybody within that 10-foot radius.
Nice. And that's a plus
Oh, wait.
AC,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Yes. And then everybody within 10 feet of it. Well, and then I'm gonna put another one with legs that are gonna hold on to my arm. That will be the way things are situated. I will say a force ballista. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to shoot those puppies off. So, ooh, thank you. One right there in the middle, and you come with me, little guy. And I will. I know I said pay attention to the druids, but I'm gonna peck off this little guy right there with that force ballista real quick. So that will be a 22 to hit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, that will. Yeah. So many more d8s. I 18 points of force damage and push it back.
You need to push it back as it splatters out,
That's what I wanted to check.
destroying it.
Yeah.
And then I will give a little bit of love to everybody, and I'll let you know what that is. 1d8 plus 5. So. Oh, come on. 6 temporary hit points. Still good.
To all of them?
Yeah, because
Oh,
they're
nice.
all surrounding Gray.
Oh, it's an AoE.
Mhm.
Nice. Very cool.
It's anything within 10 feet of that gets it. So, I don't think anybody else is within 10 feet of it at the moment. 'Cause it's kind of in the middle of that, like, 10-foot circle. They take the whole thing out.
Yeah. Right on. Anything else?
That's action, that's bonus action, that's my turn.
Okay.
Oh, I do have a question. Is Bird here? I don't imagine that the bird's intelligence would fly into Gray's head, but I don't know.
The bird.
My bird. I have a homunculus servant.
That's
but-
connected. Well, I mean, it's a homunculus servant, not a.
Yeah. It's not like a
fine.
familiar.
Yeah, it's not a familiar, so I'd say no.
Mhm.
Next up are the rock druids.
No.
Actually, they shamble. So it's
Shambling
moves
druids.
forward. You can see it raise its staff, this gnarled staff, and then like impales themselves with it, and like out oozes this like rot which spills onto the ground, creating 2 new rot sludges. That will be that one's action.
It's beautiful. It's like it's wings. That was
He looked right at me.
They are that one, the ogre one,
Mm-hmm.
or is it? Yeah, it's an ogre.
I think it's an ogre. Yeah.
It is going to no. It is going to cast Entangle on you all, centering it on Gray and the druids there. Please stop doing
Is it losing power?
Yeah, it's a thing where it's like plugged in, but it like keeps on like that. It's
Do
like
you want to plug it into this one?
I wonder if it's just like this is putting too much pressure on the port or something.
Sounds like a wire issue.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It doesn't like the
Yeah, stop when
pull
you're pulling it.
on it.
Some stuff.
Yeah, can you run this around here?
Run this.
No, just the wire. The wire, yeah. No. Just pull it. Just pull it. And we
Oh, I
put the
see.
table to the under, so it's.
I was confused that you unplug it.
I mean, Thanks, dude. Be right back.
Okay.
We did the trick.
So that one broke to the rock. The one is entangling us. And that was a 20-foot square, so it's going to snag, I think, Gray's body, the rock, or the druids, and I think Quilla's the closest there, so we'll get Quilla as well. So that'll be a dex 6.
And I'm not in there.
Creature in the area, we cancel a strength saving throw or be restrained. No, it's not affecting you. It's almost near size.
Okay.
It's not affecting you either, the 0.
Okay,
You're
good.
safe. Just 12.
Just okay.
Strength saving throw, please. Quilla.
Well, we're all
All those druids to make strength saving throws.
I think that's like a 3.
3.
Something like that, yeah.
You will be restrained by these like rot filaments that burst forth from the root itself, and start trying to grab and tangle you up and pull you down. The druid is already like crouched right next to Gray. It like sprouts up around them, like grabs them, but they are not responding to it. They are already like in this very close position. It's not pulling them away from Gray or anything. They're still like right there ministering to Gray's body.
They're cool with boots. They're good.
Cool with rock boots. Quilla, you are up, and Noose, you are on deck.
I'm gonna try to break free.
I want to break free.
Because I don't want my text to use. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm seeing this thing that speeds so fast. I'm actually just gonna try to hit it back.
Okay.
I'm stuck, but
You're restrained, so you have no movement, attack rolls against creature of advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. You have disadvantage on dex saving.
Attack rolls or spell attack.
All attack rolls. Spell attack or weapon attack. Oh yeah, the copy. We have it right here.
Good.
so ready. Okay. So with disadvantage, 14 to hit the first Eldritch Blast
You're
at the
shooting.
big ogre monster.
Yeah, one of the rock druids that
Yeah.
hits.
Hits. Fabulous.
Oh man, these creatures are so pathetic compared to the Arbiter of Rock.
So that one is going to be
Nobody get cocky. Don't let him lure you into false.
14 damage on the first one.
Nice.
These guys are terrible.
That's going to be more to hit, like 20 something.
Yeah.
0 is 10, so 15 damage.
Nice.
And
It was a. Sorry, was it 14 the first?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then 14, 15.
Nice.
And the third one hits 20,
Yes.
and that one got 12 damage.
That is enough. With the third one, the third blast, like each one like slams in and like through, you can see some explosion of like rot goo coming out of the back of this druid from each of these force blasts, and the third one topples it.
Nice.
Delicious. It's summoned or controlled rot sludge. Now, lay it down. It is not removed from the game, but lay it down to indicate that it is uncontrolled.
Who controls this one, Wayne?
Oh, there should be another one on there. Thank you.
Control.
No, it's already on there.
There's the one. Wait,
No,
wait.
there's this guy.
Yeah, it is master.
He doesn't go over here.
No.
Those guys all have two.
So there should be 4.
They'll work on it. Don't worry about it. There will be more. They didn't come
That
with
evil
a
laugh was
perfect,
so
very
good.
consistent army summoned, so don't fret. They can always summon more. But the ogre is gone and dead. Just its summon is it remains. So its existence isn't contingent on it, that thing controlling it. but it having any like effectiveness really seems to be.
You can move, but it's just randomly moving.
Yeah, and certainly less effective. Probably like potentially like with disadvantage and stuff on attacks and things like that.
Okay.
Anything else from Quilla?
No.
Noose.
Still entangled?
Oh,
Yeah, I shouldn't deal with
yeah, I
that.
didn't, because that.
All those were at disadvantage. Did you take those?
Yes, that was a
Cool.
disadvantage. Do I need to make a Constitution saving throw for my protection against good and evil, or is that just effectively it's not doing anything anymore? Probably.
If it's a concentration spell, it's still in place. It's just if you take damage, you'll have to make a concentration.
Okay.
check.
Oh yeah.
And just being entangled doesn't
That's
do that.
less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until those entangling rot roots grow thorns.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else?
Nope.
Noose, you're up. Gray, you have less to prepare for, but you are on deck.
Okay, I'm gonna chuck a psychic dagger at that guy's face.
Nice.
For 19 plus, yeah,
Yep.
that's. I'm gonna sneak attack.
Oh, you roll with advantage?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, good. You just grab a random number of dice and throw them down.
This will die.
Sneak attack is 2 or 3 handfuls.
How many you can fit in your mouth? Spit out onto the table. Now I got a map all over. 17, 20, 23, 25, 29, 30.
30 damage?
Plus 5.
Plus 5! The psychic dagger goes straight through the creature, exploding out through its back. It is also dead. It falls into a heap of still sort of like roiling clumps of flesh and body parts that are now food for the rot. Well played.
Alright. Can I try an offhand attack, throw a dagger through the entangling roots on Quilla, or is that gonna totally
Ooh.
just destroy her?
I'll say if you hit an AC of we'll say 22, you'll give Quilla advantage on any checks, and if you beat that by we'll say 5, you can give her a free check right now.
But the Willy cast is single.
Oh, he's dead.
It's dead.
Is dead.
Oh, okay.
That's true. Very clever. Concentration. When the spell ends, the conjured plants, in this case, rot, wilts away. Nice. Yeah, you see the rot like just like loses its cohesion, like kind of spills into this like viscous bio fluid, leaving gross stains on your pants and your boots and stuff. But they're no longer gripping you, which is nice. And who knows if these stains will, carry over to the real world above.
Cool is still like kind of like pushed off.
Yeah.
Ugh, like that's quite great.
I guess I'll move.
Prestidigitation as a reaction.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and hide over here. Is there any sort of cover, or can I hide behind the people since?
Yeah, I would like pretty much anywhere around this dim lit place with these tangled roots and stuff. I'm saying you can pretty much hide anywhere. Yeah,
Oh, and I did only get a 2, so that's only a 17.
it's pretty pathetic.
Actually, I can't roll under 10, so it's a 25. 25 behind, sorry.
Invisible!
I'll play around with sometimes.
Next campaign.
Expertise is pretty great. It does sound
Oh god, Jerry texted me about a character that I was thinking about, and I was like, oh god, it's already starting.
Greg.
You can do it, Gray. We believe in you.
Yes.
have been through in these last moments a memory of something like your deepest shame or regret and some of your most searing sources of potential self-doubt if Gray experiences such a thing. And you feel like you have come through some trial. You look around you and you see what remains of the great tree ahead of you. Its rotten spire towering above the world, even with its diminished stature. You can tell at this proximity that you know with your keen intuition of nature that the strongest and most dense wood of a tree is at its heart, and there is still some of that seemingly protruding from the top. Like, that is the highest point of this tree, is some remnant of the heartwood. The outer layers of it having succumbed to the rot, looking like bags of rotten tree flesh hanging from itself from the main column of the hardwood now. In your mind, you can see the tree that caught and slowed you with its leaves and its branches as you fell from some height. You see the tree in its ancient splendor. But that is an illusion or a memory, and it washes away with a blink of your eye. Towering rot spire stands before you. At its roots, go ahead, Ryan. Make your notes.
That's such a good bit, too. I didn't want to bother it. Poor little Danny.
You stand there before this towering spire of rot, and among its base, among the roots there that are still like extending out from this rotten trunk, and the earth around it has been like dissolved away in places, exposing the roots. You are standing amidst a great swamp of rot. There is something like a tunnel or a cave or an entrance into the tree nestled among the roots. It seems as though the tree is shifting or opening itself. There's a sense of dread that accompanies this, Gray. You know,
Such a what?
a sense of dread. The welcoming of the tree to you inspires this sense, not the rot, not the ruin of this place, the tree itself. Death awaits you there. What does Gray do?
So the vibe I'm getting from the tree is that if I enter, I'm dead.
That's
But I don't
the
see anyone
vibe.
else around me.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get a sense of like psychic presence, or I guess I'm beyond my physical body, so I probably wouldn't feel parasitic presences or anything, but do I sense other beings? I mean, having our minds linked together numerous times.
Hmm. Are you kind of like reaching out for the familiar presence of the big hell game?
Just in general, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this is something that Gray's never experienced before.
Yeah.
He's reached out to friends in the past that could somehow hear him talking to his head.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me... Why don't you give me a persuasion check, Greg?
That's a 13.
You reach out with your mind, with your soul, or any sense you have in this strange place, reaching out for anybody or something familiar, some help or something. You don't feel any sense of the big help gang, your friends that you've spent so much time with recently. The words of Mary Colbrough, the true Mary Colbrough, repeating those true words that they actually said to you in the old growth circle, now ruined by rot. Those words still echo in the back of your mind, but no presence of a familiar druid nearby. Something, though, something at the edge of your mind is fast approaching, and you hear flapping of wings in the air. Hawk flies into view. For those who are giving quizzical looks amongst us, this is the what's the word where druids can enlighten or something an animal. Awaken. Yeah, this is the awakened hawk that was a part of Druid Grey Circle that has had some conversations with him in the past. Hawk flies into view and circles around you once Grey, looking for a place to land.
Yeah, I allow it. I mean, do I get a sense of like evil from this tree, or is it just deadly?
No sense of evil. In fact, there is a sense of deep familiarity, a sense of home or purpose here. But there is, at the same time, that sense that moving forward brings death.
Gray will put his arm out for the hawk.
Hawk wheels down, perching on your arm.
What Mary want now?
I've come for you, not for Mary. You called out, and I answered.
What this tree?
This is the Grey Tree, Grey. The old tree. The big tree. All that's left of it, its graveyard. Its carcass rests here, Grey.
From death comes life.
The large eyes of Hawk stare into your own. Hawk says, you've learned many lessons. You are right, Grey. But from death also comes death, an ending of a thing.
That is nature. It cycles. Gray walks into the tree.
Absolutely. And next up, as that walking in the tree consumes your action, bonus action, we have the rot ooze monsters.
Again?
It was the Rot Druids previously.
Okay, alright.
One still drawn towards gray.
Ooh.
Half speed.
Wait, I thought, wait,
Half
what's that
speed.
one?
They're just useless drones at the moment.
Half speed.
Okay.
And they're slow.
However,
Move half distance and attack with disadvantage. Probably it would be good to just get rid of them.
Yeah, probably a good. Oh, no, come on, buddy.
it doesn't know fear.
It's a wrong monster.
These the 3 downed or uncontrolled oozes are each going to hurl an ooze at the nearest enemy with disadvantage. That means, looks like, nope, you're hidden again, so 2 Aquila with advantage, so that evens out.
Wow.
Still restrained, right? Oh, no, that's right, it's gone. Absolutely, it's a disadvantage. That's going to be less than a 10. That's a... What's wrong with it? Rock ooze. They're so bad. Little ooze boys. That's a 14 to hit.
Does not.
Okay. And then, so that's those 2. Then we'll have 1 against Bibu with disadvantage as well. That's going to be a garbage roll.
Those boys were the worst boys.
These boys. But this one is going to run up and is just going to try and like jump at you using its body as a weapon of some kind. It's going to make the attack without disadvantage. It's a 19 to hit.
Does not hit.
What?
My AC is 21.
Oh!
It would have hit me if I didn't have my thing next to me.
Oh, nice.
Yes, the turret.
Oh, yeah, the turret. Nice. Okay, excellent. Well done. The other 2 upright ones are going to make ranged ooze glob attacks. They are both going to make those at... they're going to go for the druids aiding Gray. 2 attacks on those druids.
Who also have half cover.
Where one of those hits, you see this half-orc druid covered in like hides and furs get hit in the back by a wallop of ooze.
And they had 6 temporary hits.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, just want to
Thank
make
you.
sure.
Absolutely. And after our oozes, we go back up to the top of the round with Mizura.
I'm going to attack with Ray of Frost. With the druid.
Okay.
The
which one?
owlbear who rolled.
Oh, nice.
Rolled.
Druid.
This one's 27.
27 hits.
Jeez. Thank God.
Alright.
I know. Something we can actually hit.
I know, right? Alright, his movement is slowed by 10.
Nice.
7.
Mother stares at me.
Mother's coming.
14 points of damage.
14 damage to
Oh.
Owlbear. Nice. It's definitely bloodied as it's taken a bit of a beating. And you see it's like parts of its flesh is like frozen, and it's like reaches in, just like rips off this like frozen dead chunk of its flesh and shatters on the ground, and it continues shambling forward.
That's gross. You're gross. Druid.
That affects them deeply.
Where is he?
They'll make all sorts of disadvantage. Bipu. Unless there's anything else.
Nah.
As this one flies at my face, I smirk my little smirk and I
pull out my lovely sword and
Oh, sorry.
let Nazira go.
I'm gonna
Can I
have
pause for a moment?
Footsworthy give assistance to Beep
Oh, nice.
Oh, lovely.
So
Yay.
you can make it.
Advantage. As it's just straight flies and swinging at me, and Hootsworthy comes swooping through. It's like, look at that. Aw, that was the time to roll a natural 20. It was then. But 20 to hit.
20
Still.
hits. For sure.
2d6 plus 7. Oh. I didn't say that I casted my cantrip, but 18 points of damage.
Nice. And that's to the
This
ooze
guy
right
flying
there.
at my face.
Splatters it.
That's what I was hoping for.
So is it gone or is it just knocked down?
It is dead.
Gone.
As
Add
I
those to
blade
a
just
pile
like-
as they might be representative of the new rock
Gotcha.
oozes that are summoned by druids.
Well, there's a couple of druids.
Yeah, keep a little graveyard over there for me to reuse.
as it splats in half, I will activate again and shoot this fellow there. Oh, they're shooting just the closest thing to them, though.
And they're very intentional.
Kill the druid.
Yeah, that's a good point. I hate it when I get overwhelmed by things, and you're doing great. But they can summon more. I'll shoot the druid, why not?
Owlbear Druid,
Owlbear druid.
the fancy
Commit
arm
this.
scar.
Yeah.
Oh, you can remove the arm scarf. He's no longer.
That's for slow now.
Oh.
Because he's chilled?
Oh yeah. We're slow now. Now put it back on. We're slow now. Yeah, when he wears
a
that
lot
up
to
at the
hit.
shoulder, it's
Like
slow.
29 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Great.
He's gonna get obliterated this time.
Oh, that's not promising. 16 points of damage. And
Enough
it's
to
gonna-
seal the
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pushing back 5 feet, but as I was like, Togetots destroys the rocks.
Back 5 feet.
And then I know these don't stack, so I'll replace the temporary hit points of our other fellows, and this time get a better roll. Thank
Oh
God.
no, so now we'll replenish
Um,
Marooks.
so that's 11
HP.
temporary hit points.
11.
10.
I like that better.
Excellent.
And then I will like pivot
Good.
to be in the way of those two.
Okay. That brings us to the Rod Druids. Or
Rot Druid.
Rod Druid. Man, it's rough. It's rough to be a Rod Druid in this world.
And look at that.
All your friends just go die on you.
Don't you tell me.
Rod Druid here, I think is going to spend its action to summon more oozes. Yeah, so give 2 more to it, out probably 30 feet out in front of it. Thank you. And it continues lumbering towards Gray.
Pivoted to the wrong side.
Alright, that's the. Oh, my poor Rot Druids died so quickly. That's what they get for being mostly rot and not flesh.
Flesh of my flesh.
Quilla.
Yeah.
Noose on deck.
Quilla's gonna keep up that good Eldritch Blast effort at the creepy guy that just made more Uzis. That's a 19 to hit,
Oh, that
10 damage,
damage, nice.
a 17 to hit,
Mm-hmm.
and 14 damage. I'm assuming he's still standing.
Still standing.
And again, natural 20.
Oh! Tell me you finish this creature off. We'll definitely kill it.
Just the 3 blasts go in quick succession, and they like blast right up the middle of it, and the whole thing just like splits and splatters. Just loses integrity entirely.
It's like obliterating of its spine,
Yeah.
and then it's like spreads out and like peels down sideways. Oh, so cool. Awesome. Fantastic. After Quilla, that is your turn. We have news. You have a bonus action to that?
That is all Quilla's gonna do. She's gonna try to get like. She just wants to like. I guess she sees where she's at. She just wants to make sure she's between the ooze and the druids.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Yeah,
probably
because
about.
sorry, you mentioned
Sorry,
Quilla
what?
around closer.
Maybe like scoot me over to
That's-
the other
okay.
elf. Sorry, just yeah. So I'm between the druid and the ooze.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
maybe not closer to back a little. There we go.
Noose, you're up.
Right. Guess I'll just tag that one. I don't know, maybe I'll hit one closer. I'll hit that one.
Okay. You have advantage on that one. Oh, you're also hidden, so you have advantage.
You can re-roll that.
So I got, I just rolled it twice. I got a 9 and a 7.
Oh, I thought that was a 1.
No. So, that's a
It's definitely
17 to hit.
Yeah. These raw oozes have a low AC.
Gotcha. So I'll roll the sneak attack damage and count it until you tell me this stuff.
Okay.
Alright, 5, 11, 12, 16, 20.
Stop. Nice.
And then I will move
From the shadows.
right there. And I will hide again.
Awesome. Yeah, let's give another stealth check.
25.
The rot oozes look even less perceptive than the rot druids, so you are a ghost. Awesome. After news, we have Gray. You step into the tree, Gray, into the ruins of the rot-stricken tree. Go through this cracked open entrance into the interior of the tree and into what you imagine is like the heartwood of it, through the roots among the trunk. This looks and feels familiar. As familiar to you as any of the most welcome and made homes you've had across your life, having traveled and been in so many places. This feels so intuitively familiar to you. It's like a childhood home, but you know your childhood was not filled with any comfortable places. There's a large interior cavern in the heart of this tree. And in the middle of it, there is somehow a small patch of light shining on the smallest little sprout of a plant. The rest of the space is dim to black, but in the center there is this light and this tiny growing little tree. The door that you came through is no longer there as you look around. But the aid you called to yourself previously in the form of Hawk remains on your shoulder. And climbed up as you trudged forward. This creature that you have found more kinship with and friendship with than many of the people of the Druid's Grove that you spent much of your adult life in. What do you do?
do I sense rot within this creature or within the glowing plant?
No, on the contrary, as you draw closer to the light, there is a purity to it. Just life and death, wanting to unfold itself in the world. But as you draw closer to the tree and the light, there is no sense of the rot within it. Hawk on your shoulder says to you, it is as you said, death is a part of the cycle of life and rebirth.
Grace's gonna kind of dig around in the soil. See if this is healthy soil. See if there's rot present in the tree around this little sapling.
Yeah.
And kind of gauge what its success is in its current state.
Mm-hmm.
Blocked off from the sun.
With a small patch of light shining on it. Give me a nature check with advantage.
13 and 13. Lucky number 13. It was just-
Cannot go high.
The soil at the base of this little tiny sapling that's maybe a foot tall is healthy as you've ever seen. There's even signs of little, normal sorts of bugs and things you'd see having their own little habitat in this space. There is nothing but indications of life at its most abundant, its most fecund here. Farther away from the roots or from the light, you see that there is rot in the soil and the earth around, farther away from the sapling, but it has not yet reached it. Sapling seems to angle itself towards you, Gray. As you finish inspecting the soil near and far from the sapling and understand that this light it's resting in this place is healthy and living and pure, there's something about the sapling that's calling to you, that needs something from you.
Yeah, Ray will walk up to it, and he's going to cast Druidcraft. And I can instantly make a flower blossom, a seed pod open, or a leaf bud bloom. So I'm going to try and make it grow further. Reaching my fingers out, kind of beckoning it upwards. Grow!
Mm-hmm.
Grow, friend, grow!
Tell this friend to grow, and it does. You feel this great warmth inside you. You feel the connection you have to this sapling in this moment as you command it to grow, and it does. It begins expanding out and up rapidly. And you can feel, Gray, that warmth, that connection. The connection is bleeding that warmth from you. It is consuming you, Gray. Do you fight it, or do you let it happen?
can Gray take it? Is this something that's going to like drain him completely, or is he capable of, lending it his power?
You're not sure. Does this fear resonate in Gray enough that he resists?
I mean, it's very important that the tree survives. But he'll continue. He'll allow it to take some of his life force.
The heat bleeds from your body and feeds this tree. You feel this continue. You feel the warmth being drawn out of you.
Great help, tree. Don't worry, tree. We safe.
You see the tree continuing to grow and the light around it expanding to meet or to fill, expanding to continue to shine on the tree as it grows and begins to expand branches out further and further. You feel it growing, you feel that something being drawn from you. That'll end your turn. And we'll go on to the rot oozes.
It's a ruse!
Nearest target for these uncommanded rot oozes, we'll get 1 at Nazira. We'll get 1 at Quill, 2, 3,
Pretty cool.
4.
I don't think that one, that was
This
it.
one's actually dead.
Yeah.
So 3 at Quilla, so 1 at Zero, 3 at Quilla, 2 at okay. So Nazira,
Yes.
first shot with disadvantage. It's a 17 to hit.
Miss.
One of them will hit something.
First shot at Quilla
Shit.
with disadvantage. That's an 8. Got 2 more to go. Second shot at Quilla. Disadvantage, it's a 17. 1 hit.
Shield. Yeah.
You take 4 points of poison damage. It's not so bad.
Resistant to poison, right? Right?
You're a dwarf right now, right?
Corals?
Corals are resistant to poison?
Yeah.
And that was shot 2? Or that was shot 2, right? Shot 3. Is 4 points. Or 4 to hit, so that's a miss. Then we have 2 on Speedboot.
Command robe.
First shot.
But it's groggy.
Pathetic, it's a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Second shot. 10. Both miss.
Neater, pumpkin eater.
Nazira.
Yeah. Oh, my turn.
Turn.
Ray of Frost at this one. That shall be.
Take advantage. As it is a slow moving, undirected rock block.
Thanks. That's a natural 20.
You tell me I destroyed it.
Okay.
You don't need to roll for that.
I just shoot it with a ray of frost and it like completely freezes over and then explodes into a little tiny crystal.
Nice. Oh yeah. Great. Anything else from Nazira?
And Who's Worthy is going to help Quilla.
Awesome. Beep boop.
So are we on a route at the moment? And this is like off route. I'm gonna run over here and I wanna do that because this is pretty fine. It's always fine. I will cast Sheath my sword and booming blade energy as
Not
I
fine for Gray.
crash it down. Oh, jeez. I mean, technically rolled 20 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be these D6s, which is that, plus... No, that's what I wanted to do. Plus these 2d8. So it's 5, plus 7 is 12, plus 7 is 19 points of damage.
19.
As I jump down upon it and slice it with swords.
Just not quite enough, because this thing is almost eviscerated and scattered and sprayed into its oozy components.
I tried. And then I will have my other one shoot that thing over there.
Advantage.
Oh, yeah, cool.
This creature's without direction.
Oh, did I have advantage on that one? I forgot to roll this
Yeah.
advantage. 17 to hit. Okay. 38. One. Come on. Yeah, it's a 1. 9 points of damage. I'll push it back 5.
Nice.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Next up, the rock druids.
They're all dead, so no turn.
Oh, are they?
All gone away.
All the ones in the world that could possibly join
All
the
of the
fight
ones
at any
that
point?
possibly could ever come.
Defeated the rot.
Oh, that's right. Oh, let me roll a dice real quick. Okay.
Oh, the rats.
Oh, the rot made a save, the death saving throw. Still excellent. Their turn is spent arriving on the scene, however.
I have to pause you. Continue.
And then we go on to Quilla.
Quilla knows there's more big bad Roddies coming, but she's gonna clean up the two in front of her first to try to get them out. So take her first shot at the close one on the trunk there. It's gonna be a 17
And it's,
and 12 damage.
and that's, which one?
The green one laying down.
Okay, I don't think that one's been hit yet.
Yeah, that one.
I don't think that one has been hit. So, yeah, 12 damage.
Yeah.
It's still kicking.
And then I'll hit it again with a 20 some. And another 10 damage.
Just rolled it.
Okay. And then I will.
Did any of the things stand up when the druids attacked?
No, these didn't. These have not been. They've not gained control of these. If possible, they haven't done it yet.
Then I'll hit the guy far away, the big beaver.
Ogre,
Yeah,
druid,
yeah. That's gonna be 17 to hit,
and it's
and 12 damage.
nice. Okay. Noose is up next.
Alright, I'm gonna hit the big troll druid.
Okay.
So that's 19 to hit.
Oh yeah, stealth him.
Yeah.
Somebody's dead.
12, 13, 15, 19, 22, 25, 29, 32 plus 5. 36.
You do it! Another psychic dagger just utterly eviscerates another rock druid. Just arrived on the scene.
Welcome to the party, pal. I'll go ahead and hide again.
Nice.
The old 25.
Jeez.
Noose is down
Yeah.
to following.
This is what rogues are good at. Sneaking around and killing people. I'm good at much else. So don't have to talk to people or casting spells.
Great. Right there.
Yeah.
Excellent. Go ahead. No, please, you please.
I was gonna ask what's going on.
Let me help you with that. The sapling continues to drain you of something vital to you, it feels like. As you commanded it to grow, it has done so, and that voluntary sort of connection that gifted it some of your power has created this just outflow. You are not sure how fatal or dangerous this is, and you are also just not entirely sure how to assess that sort of danger in this strange environment. Sounds though like you are committed to ensuring the tree or the sapling has what it needs to grow. How concerned is Gray? Like, how much is Gray's concern for their own life in this moment?
I mean, Gray understands the cycle. He knows he's dying at this point. He's fully aware of it, and death is a natural part of life. When you die, you go on to help those grow with your body. But I think, is Gray still? Is he clothed or is he butt naked at this point?
Gray is manifesting in this space as Gray pictures himself.
Yeah, Gray's butt naked. He's gonna plop down and he's gonna cast Speak with Plants.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Gray.
Great. So great. So very great.
You sit down as you feel this energy continuing to be pulled or drawn out of you into this plant, and you speak out to try and talk to it. Your mind stretches into the plant, the sapling, into its roots and into its stretching leaves and branches. And you feel that connection extends out beyond that to the rotten tree, the great network of roots surrounding and enclosing the world. You are connected to all that in this moment. But the sapling speaks to you only of the needs and demands that new life have, of finding and consuming energy, of making themselves, of expanding into the world, of finding what lies outside themselves and reacting to it. There is something essentially natural about this need. And it is not the same as the hunger of the rot that you've had some experience with. It is merely life trying to beget life. It speaks to you in your mind of this need, of this hunger for light, for air, for water, for life, for growth. It hungers for all these things, and it finds them in you, Gray. It speaks to you as the roots speak or call to the soil, to the water, to the air itself. You are the soil that this thing needs to grow.
Plants exist without people. People can't exist without plants. And he'll continue to lend his body to his plant.
You continue to expand and open this channel you have connecting you to this sapling. You feel that rush of life, of heat spill forth from you. And you don't put any break, any dam, any stoppage to that flow. And it only grows, and you feel yourself contract. You feel yourself diminish.
I would like to ask the plants how much need. Gray wants stay too.
Give me a nature check, Gray. You can do this with advantage.
Thank God. Nice. That is a dirty 20.
The 20. There is this need for as much as you can possibly give. This life wants to live and grow, and it will consume as much as it can to do so. This is the nature of this young life. It will grow and grow until it meets limitations on that. With the 20, you understand that while if you give everything to this growth, it will take it. The 20 on your nature roll, though, you know that there are things that plants need that aren't that plants need, dead things and to revitalize the soil and to grow and such, but if you're dead, then what's left right now but your soul or your essence or something like that. And you know that, it's not like everything needs, like the tree doesn't necessarily need every part of things that rot and decay to feed itself. Some things are not essential for that. Maybe there's some aspect of yourself that can remain. Right as you felt this sense of absolute dread at the approach, or as you looked at the tree from the outside before you went inside, you feel some of that dread subside. That if you are a seed to give rebirth to the tree, then why can't you be a seed to be reborn again yourself? It may need to take much from you, but much can be grown from almost nothing. And there's some comfort in that. That even if this thing does demand much from you, that there may be enough left to find life again. And that comfort,
Great help.
I think, that comfort, I think, comes with at the same time as that realization I think Ray has made that, correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like Ray has determined that the growth of the sapling, even if it does kill you, is necessary?
He wants to push it as far as he possibly can. He still doesn't 100% trust the tree at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Mushrooms grow deep and roots do too, so he wants to continue feeling it out. He's dedicated to a point, but he's not, afraid to pull back if he needs to.
Yeah. I think with that 20, Ray, you realize that this tree is going to demand just about everything from you. It's going to demand every bit of energy your soul can provide that you're willing to give. But if you are committed to, or if you are okay with a rebirth of yourself, then you might be able to save enough to allow the tree to be born and yourself to be reborn.
Ray's already seen one world tree get destroyed, and he doesn't want that to happen again. And will do pretty much anything to try and keep the trees up.
As that determination fills your mind, you feel an other source of warmth and of energy suffusing and supporting your own. And you feel a heat across your chest and across your back. You feel the bow that you found in the gloomwood across your naked body. And the fury it feels for the abominable twisting of nature that is the rot, so much similar to the twisting of nature in the gloomwood itself, suffuses you with more energy, some fury, some undying anger and demand that things be set right. And with that resilience and that determination flows out of you a fury of light and life that burns away the rot of the tree around you, burns away the rot of the swamp that now reveals itself to you outside the confines of this now burnt and charred tree, and creates soil that is rich and ready to bear fruit and life into the world again. And with that, this space fades away, dissolves from you, Gray. You come back to your body, surrounded by some familiar faces. Mary Colgrove and the other druids that had assembled at your grove. They look upon you with relief and satisfaction as life returns to your body. And they turn to the rest of your party and give you just a nod, and Mary Colgrove says, "It's done. Gray has fought his fight and returned to us. He may return home with his life intact."
Oh no, a rot monster got me.
And it dies, and everybody else goes home.
No!
Gray, you are still naked. The bow still across your body, still providing you some residual warmth. You rise up to your feet. What do you do?
Does he still have that giant fungus growing out of him?
That has burned away.
Excellent.
Good, good.
Just wanted to confirm.
Good poison.
Where's Gray's bugs? Where's Gray's bugs? And he just starts running around looking for bugs.
Is he in the steady plane of this, or are we
Yeah, he's like, his body in this space has revived. Gray goes on a frenzy looking for his buds, running around. You see what looks like a bug like crawl into one of these like rock oozes. You just unload arrows into this thing, just obliterating it with the fury of your fire bow. And like, there's no bugs in there, it's just more rot.
Gray, put some clothes on.
Let's go home, Gray.
Okay, great. Your bugs aren't chippy.
And then you can find your bugs.
But these best bugs.
Well, your bugs. Your bugs aren't here, Gray. They're up.
Yeah. Do I notice anything from the rot that hit me? Like I'm looking for like where it splattered on me.
Yeah, roll me a d8, please.
You would. You.
Prestidigitation, just clean that off.
Yeah, really.
Hey. Yeah, you got tagged like right on the neck and head, like right in the back here. You can't really see it, but you're like trying to clean it off as best you can.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I look up, seeing that Gray's doing okay. I'm also gonna cast protection from good and evil myself.
I'm gonna try to jump up.
Yeah, you look up and you can see like through a pinhole of like this darkened twilight sky. You can like see through this pinhole what looks to be like Shippy and Inaru up somewhere in the distance, and you just jump and you begin to fly, levitate,
Up.
Is that you also doing that?
Saying thank you.
Yeah, follow
To the
Zira's
druids. Yeah. Follow my lead, everyone.
Zira levitates up in the sky like Jesus after the resurrection. And the others, anybody who chooses to follow.
If that's why Kyron have to get his body into the tomb, Mark.
Yeah, anybody stick around? Everybody follow?
You first.
Gray's gonna talk to Mary one last time.
Mm-hmm.
Say, watch tree. You still a bitch. It'll jump up.
What up? Get rid of the double bird.
There is, Mary having the wisdom of having passed from this life to the next, somewhere in that vein, does not disagree, Gray. Mary has recognized and come to terms with, it seems, their horrific treatment of you over all those years, and knows that they can't really make amends for that. Just gives you a nod, and as you ascend up the sky, just kind of smiles at your retreating figure, having found the strength to continue on this path that Gray's on, and giving Mary and the other druids and all those that live in this place trying to maintain the world and not let it collapse to the power of the rot, have a little bit more hope again. And with that, we have one more thing.
I have a question for Mary. Since we're here in the world tree, can you sense where the rot has gone? We fought the Harbinger has left, and with these connections.
Mary pauses for a moment, like looks beyond into nothing, focusing on something. He says, "Rot, the Harbinger, now rests among the roots of the tree, waiting for Gray's arrival."
Oh, God damn it. I was scared of that. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Hope you know he actually likes you.
I don't believe that's true.
Just a little bit. A little bit.
But I appreciate those words.
Jump away.
With that, you guys ascend up through the twilight darkness, and at some point feel yourselves coming back into the real world and feel the familiar physical weight and presence of your bodies again. And with that, Gray gasps life into his body once more. Xerox breathes a sigh of relief as everybody went weird for a minute or two. that have returned.
The angel grants us a long rest.
The angel is no longer here, but has granted your bodies a long rest.
Oh, thank God!
All praise to
We'll end our session right there. Oh, I closed my computer. Evan, I'm sorry. God, why do I always do this?
Why do you always
Ah!
No.
It's like when you read a passage of a book and you just slam the book shut. Like, yes, for dramatic effect.
All right, I'm gonna spend some time.
Steve Mary, no like Mary.
The whisper of Mary's voice in your head, beep boop. I told you so. While you were gone, I think Gray or Evan, no, maybe you were still there for beep boop saying that Gray likes Mary.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Deep down he does, but because of history.
deep down. Gray, you're back.
Gray never go.
Oh,
Gray just sleep.
That was
Gray.
that was some deep
Scary,
sleep.
Gray. Glad you're here.
I'm glad you've come back to us.
Gray lost bugs.
They're the bag's right here. I'll toss you
They
your
did
bug
fall
bag.
out when he died.
Oh yeah, fuck shit.
Yeah.
We'll help you find some more, Gray.
Gray, there are always more bugs to find.
With that, his eyes kind of light up. Always more bugs.
Always more bugs.
And some exciting, adventurous tunes play in the background.
Ugh.
Awesome. Well, unless there's anything else you guys want to do this session, at the wrap up here, we'll pick up this session with you all having been rested and revived aboard Shippy.
Mm-hmm.
Quilla asks Azura, do I have any marks on my neck?
Ah, very good question. Give me a little medicine check.
Medicine.
And I'll cast detect magic on myself to try to.
Right.
Can I
detect
help?
magic
So
to
then you
see if-
detect magic and you go look real
to see-
over to
I'm like,
real
is it
fast.
glowing? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, can Beep Boop help?
Yeah.
Did I
People's
just
the
get
master of
infected with this?
So good.
biological anatomy.
Advantage.
Yeah.
There's one. That's a 1. 14.
14.
+5, because I had a long rest.
Alright,
Slash a
19.
genius.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That's enough. You prestidigitate and clean the rot goop stuff that seems to have carried over from whatever place you were in. Cleaned it off. It's a little tree-shaped birthmark with a rock
Damn it.
with a little fungal growth coming out of it on your
Fine,
neck.
Quilla.
I don't believe you. Crap.
Seems like something is carried over.
I was afraid of that.
Alright, we'll cut it off.
So,
Great.
She's
They're-
like,
Nope. Hand you one of the potions of greater restoration.
hopefully,
should take this.
keep it with you.
Okay.
Hopefully, when we get to the tree, we can deal with the rot
For good.
for good.
Yeah. I mean, that was always our goal anyway.
Well, we have to kill it and fix the hole in the sky.
Well, yeah.
If we don't do both, the rot will never stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Well,
I'll
that's all our
start
time.
during our journey. I'll start looking into the library, looking for information on the crystal sphere.
We know of other
The,
giants.
What?
The jaunty music had dropped a octave or something, gotten all kind of creepy in the background as the rot had been identified on Quilla's neck.
It's good timing.
Yeah.
So Nazira is looking at the library.
We do know there's giants out this way.
For crystal spear info.
That's the giantkin are the ones that found the first crystal or the first bellstone orb that we found.
Oh.
And the daywalker, the ones that walked on the land were the ones that were drawn to it. And so Beep Boop is under the impression that if there's another clan someone, that there's probably another Earthwalker there that might also have been drawn to another one of these things.
Do you want to do research on the giants?
I can help you do that.
Great.
P. So we'll officially end the session there, but
Scene of the camera, like a close up of Ellipses like crying in his room. Hands out through the little window in his door, and Gray is kind of glaring at him through that little window as it fades to black.
No!
Oh.
The rot is dangerous.
No! Oh, that's beautiful. Why have we kept him alive this long?
Because no one has the heart to kill him.
Send Noose in there.
But you still do it, yeah.